What's up, everybody? I love how dramatic that music is as well. It really sets the tone for our chaos and our craziness. Welcome to Naturally Shattered. This is a product of the Shattered Tabletop Gaming stream. We play Shattered Dawn, a indie RPG created by us, the Shattered Tabletop Gaming community. And these players here are actually working their way through helping create the newest iteration. So we'll see how that goes. I would like to take a moment here to talk about a couple other shows we have going on STG. So first, I'm going to pass it over to Mike.
Okay. So, hi guys, I'm the aforementioned Mike, also known as Super Gets. We have a show here on STG that's actually on a little bit of a hiatus because of the holidays and because of the time that we normally play is at the end of the month. And, we hit Thanksgiving and Christmas both back to back. So I said we're just going to wait till January to get back to it. But that game is also known as Call of Cthulhu Shadows. Down Darker Trails, Shadows over Tombstone. There we go. I got it right that time. Colon, everything is awesome.
When you're part of a team.
It's a great game where I get to have fun and goof off, and then hit them out of left field with something really creepy and horrific, and it's fun to watch their faces when it goes down. So, but I'm not as terrible as some other people in here. Namely, I don't know if this is the right direction. Hold on, there we go. That's the direction.
I was like, what did I do?
Wow. Tofu. But, it's still fun. But anyway, we got a couple people here right now. Ray and Juniper both play on the game, and it's a great time to get a chance coming back in January. So the end of January, it'll be back there, and it'd be great if you guys stop by and check us out.
Yes.
Back to you, Ray.
Thank you. I love that show. It's a lot of fun. I get to play the craziest mountain man. It's a lot of fun. Oh, let's see. I think next up, I should like to pass it to Juniper.
Oh, absolutely. Just 1 second. I'm having some tech issues.
Okay. In that case, we're just going to slide this on over to the Lord of Sausages, a.k.a. Jordan.
Hold on. I'm going to get a celebrity endorsement. I got to just get him real quick, okay?
Oh, no.
Hello, it is I, the Chosen.
Oh my gosh, what?
I've entered this dimension to tell you about a super awesome charity stream that's coming up Friday, December 20th. And that you should totally watch, I guess. It's going to be over at twitch.tv/Lord of Sausages. And Jordan will be streaming from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. doing a Pokemon Sword Kamikaze challenge where he can only attack his enemies by killing himself.
In the most badass possible way.
It is the warrior's death, over and over. But also, with your donations, you can force him to eat sour candies that he hates, Bean Boozleds, which he probably will definitely hate, and also walk on a treadmill because he needs it. I mean, he hates it. Okay, I gotta get back to fighting extinct laser dinosaur bats.
If Chosen was fighting something, that's exactly how, if I wasn't watching the show and knew what was going on, that's exactly what I thought you'd be fighting.
Oh, absolutely. And using the most majestic sword forms ever, like monkey drags butt on carpet.
Yeah, 100%.
Monkey expresses anal gland. But yeah, we're doing our fourth annual charity stream, raising money for Gamers Outreach. They provide gaming rigs for hospitalized children, which is pretty dope. And anything, first of all, just any hanging out and participating, enjoying is more than appreciated. Sharing. If you're not able to donate, don't feel bad about it. Just spread the word and come have fun.
Heck yeah. Well, thanks, Jordan. Juniper, are you ready now? Or is the camera still tweaking out?
One last thing. I'm so sorry. Most of the stretch goals for the donations are hidden but there is the most evil of them all at 1,000. If we can hit 1,000 again this year, I will have to make a hot dog chocolate chip cookie.
That sounds
Delicious.
disgusting.
I made a joke. I made a joke offhand, and as soon as I make a terrible joke like that, it ends up becoming true.
Will you be
And
dipping
tofu
that
holds
in
me to it.
chicken milk?
Oh God, no! No, that does not count. That does not count.
Somebody should have to make hot nog.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
But ew.
No, I mean, my wife is definitely always makes. She has a container of the alcoholic brew that's literally been fermenting all year long from last year.
That's terrifying.
It's
Oh, God.
she's gonna go blind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oof.
That sounds terrible. All right, Juniper, take it away.
All right. So now that my tech issues are touch wood sorted for the moment, I'm Juniper. I'm Linen and Spice, most places on the internet. You've already heard Mike over here talk about the Call of Cthulhu game. Other places you can find me on the internet are on Mastery Nord. I'm in a couple of games over there. So every second Wednesday, I'm playing in a game called Gods and Goddesses Oh My, which Ray is in, I think, and Tofu, who is that director as well.
Yeah. Excuse me, Mike.
I'll scoot back, and then there you go.
He's just like,
yeah, not me. Yeah. So, and we've just had our first episode just recently, and it's popping off, guys. This is turning out to be an awesome campaign so far. I'm also in a West Marches campaign over there called Trials of Silver, also with Ray and Tofu. You in that one? Oh, Super Gets. Wait, yeah, Super Gets is in it.
I am. Yeah, I'm there. Tofu's there too. So is Ray.
Tofu as well, and Ray. That's right.
and you were there, and
God.
you were there.
There's so much cross pollination
Pretty much.
between these channels. I love it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Trials of Silver. And also in a bunch of other random games here on Shattered Tabletop Gaming, such as Alien and The Wild Sea. Yeah. So I will stick my link tree in the chat if Tofu hasn't beat me to it, in case you want to know
She beat
about those things.
She beat you to it.
Thank you, Tofu. I love you.
No, she did the Discord and the Mastery Nord, not yours. My bad.
Oh no, mine's just
That's right
mine's
above
just a
it.
little bit higher up.
We're gonna talk like she's not
Awesome.
here, and she can't talk for herself.
Tofu
Yeah,
is
back-
always with us.
Tofu is a
Tofu is
more
always with us,
state of
even-
mind.
Spirit.
You
Yeah.
can also
Use
check
the
out the
tofu.
Gods and Goddesses Oh My first episode on YouTube. And the only reason I know it on the Mastery Nord
Oh.
channel, the only reason I know that is because I'm the one that had to edit it. So it's on
Mastery
there.
Nord has a channel now, right? I am instantly going over
yeah.
there.
Right? Yeah. We need
Yeah.
to go follow all that.
You can find the
Mhm.
first 3 episodes of West March and the first episode of Gods and Goddesses Oh My.
I bet that was terrible to edit because we were just unhinged that night.
I just let you guys go. And I don't edit any of that out. I edit out like the quiet parts and the other stuff,
Mm.
but
Okay.
that's it. Everything else.
You
is
put
pretty
little
much there.
little editor captions like what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing that randomly. Some of
You
the stuff that I
should.
hear them saying.
All
What the
right.
hell are you talking about? Sorry.
No problem. And I am Ray. I will be the Arc Master this evening. I do a lot of the storytelling for Shattered Tabletop Gaming. As Juniper had said already, Alien, Wild Sea, Kids on Bikes, a whole slew of other ones. We also have a collaboration going on with the wonderful ladies of Magical Miss. They are in the Kids on Bikes campaign that we do, but they are also, G9 is more specifically DMing a Glitter Hearts campaign for STG where it's called Glimmering Pines. Basically, all of us are at a magical summer camp, and it is going horribly wrong so far. So,
Suppose just normal summer camp.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
with meteor monsters trying to eat campers and the usual.
So good summer camp.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
regular Tuesday.
Right.
Right.
And of course, so much cross pollination with Maestri and Ord. We've got lots of good stuff coming with that. More shows, more chaos in general. It's a lot of fun. So with that being said, more pertinent to our channel, chat, if I need a roll tonight, which I probably will, all I need you to do is I'll call out for the roll. You type !D100 and it will roll a 100-sided die in the chat. If you have some channel points saved up, feel free to use those as often as you would like, or, hold on to them, save them up for the big stuff. That's fine too. Potency flux. Let's talk about that for a minute because people don't really know what that is, and it's very expensive. But the reason for that is it is a table of about 100 completely random things that could happen to either the character or the player of the character. Things like you might have to speak in rhyme for a minute. Weird oddball things like that. So
I know in the first iteration of the wild table or whatever, we had a lot of people turned into chickens.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, it did because it was my fault.
Yes. All right. And on that note, let's head into our game and chicken milk. So when we last left off,
Really right?
This episode brought to you by chicken milk.
Don't know what it is, neither do we.
all right. When we last left our intrepid heroes, you had entered into the College of Collardeer, which had moved from the mountains into the city of Aluin proper. A massive tower of just precious metals and gemstones. And in this tower, you came across a entire group of pretty much all women who were casting very defensive style spells. And they were all kind of like not color coded in their clothing, but all of them had a very specific ring that is basically shaped like a dragon, and in its mouth is held a different colored gemstone. Lots of them in their casting things. And then a rogue lightning storm came through as one of them began to over-channel. She began drawing in far too much potent energy, and as we learned before, that tends to go very poorly, especially when it begins drawing that energy from other casters nearby. There was a lot of death in the last episode. Not of the players, but of NPCs, so that's a good thing, I guess?
It wasn't my fault.
Not this time.
We won't name names. We'll just look condescendingly down. No.
I thought it was going to rain marshmallows or something. I didn't realize it was going to cause chaotic death. I thought something randomly hilarious was going to happen.
I
Now, it'd be funnier if it was
hilarious. It just happened to be also a lot of death.
I would argue it'd be funnier if it was deadly from the marshmallows, but
right.
Oh,
marshmallows on
oh
fire.
god, those children! That school of diabetic children is being crushed under marshmallows.
What's that? The last scene of that movie that Amy Carrero is in, the chef one, where they're all freaking. Do you know what I'm talking about here, or is it? Never mind. They all end up getting dressed as s'mores, like with giant marshmallows and shit, and then set on fire. Anyway, it's a thing.
What movies are you watching?
Right.
And where can I find them?
I've forgotten what it's called. I'll see if I
I'm
can
gonna
find
have to look up human s'mores later, and it's gonna give me weird results.
Yeah, I don't think you should do that.
Yeah, there's weird parts of the internet that will pop up.
Although human s'mores, there was that restaurant movie. Anyway, I digress.
Oh, it's called The Menu. There you go.
The Menu.
Oh,
Yes,
the
thank
menu.
you.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, is that the Ray finds is a murdery chef, and they're like killing all the customers? I haven't seen it, but
Yeah.
I wanted to see it.
It's a pretty good movie.
So let's.
Now that I know there's
jump
people
into
s'mores in there, I might have to watch.
Let me turn this on, y'all. All
I'm
right.
still gonna go back and watch the Queen's Gambit. I haven't watched that yet. That's how far back I.
All of you are kind of standing here on the raised wall that I was talking about, looking down into the courtyard part. And the chaos of the lightning storm is over, but now there's the chaotic mess of people trying to figure out what happened, who's still alive, who's hurt, and people are kind of running around screaming bloody murder, and it's just a scene.
Okay, so there's no more lightning storm then.
No, the lightning storm has ended.
I will
Did
keep
we-
my idea to myself then.
Is the energy that she was conducing, is that also stopped too?
Yes.
So
The person that did the channeling, is she still alive, or did it burn her out as well as those around her?
So the ones around her got burned out, but she is still alive. However, she's like mostly dead.
Okay.
Mostly dead.
I can't imagine her mental state's going to be great either.
Are there any visible stairways to get down from where we are into the courtyard?
There are. Yeah.
I am bolting down the stairs, running straight for that woman as fast as I can.
I'm following behind.
Yeah.
All right. You all run down into the courtyard, and kind of like surrounding and intermixed with the ladies are different members of the Magister Ori, which is chosen school. They're all just kind of standing there like, what the crap just happened? And as you all kind of approach en masse, they kind of step back like, whoa.
I run straight to her. I assume she's like in a crumpled heap on the ground.
Yeah. A couple
I
of the sisters they've got rings with green emeralds in them, and you can see them trying to channel, and they're like, doing different hand gestures, but it's not working.
I'm gonna run down and like skid to a stop on my knees next to her, and also start channeling healing potency into her. I'm gonna dump everything I have into her. Hopefully it works. So do you want me to just give you a potency roll?
Yes,
Or-
ma'am. Yeah, please.
Chosen from like a couple paces back, just timidly gonna put his hand out, and he only knows minor heal, but just if I can help just a little bit.
It's shake and bake, and I helped.
Yeah, that's literally what I was thinking.
So I'm dumping every single bit of potency I have left in her. So making a potency roll, that's a 226 to pour healing into her.
I guess I need to open
Is
it.
that all?
That's all. That's
Oh
all.
my gosh. All right. So I'm going to say between the two of you, you managed to pull in the threads of potency. They kind of like come into the courtyard very similarly to how they were channeling before. And as they kind of wrap around you both, your hands begin to glow. And while her eyes do not magically regenerate, you can see like she does suddenly just she kind of like arches up a little bit as you heal her back to life.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
This is totally inappropriate without him. Oh, thank God that worked. Otherwise, I was gonna have to revert to poking you with a stick.
I look around at the two women with the green rings kneeling near me, and I look around at the people around. I've seen this happen before. Does this over channeling happen often here, or is this unusual?
We've not seen something like this happen in a very long time.
What kind of an evil fool would do such a thing?
I
It has to have something to do with Lamkai.
That was Seamus in character, by the way.
There's no other explanation. It has to be the darkness interfering with our potency.
If it's okay, could we take this conversation elsewhere?
Yes, to the infirmary. And they kind of like, all of them work together to get her hoisted up and carry her inside. As you all are heading in, I'm assuming you're following?
Yes.
Yeah.
You start passing by a number of like bedroom chambers and meeting halls and things like that, and you know, you're taking it in, but you're focused on what the task is at hand. But you can see like so many different classes are happening. Like you can see people are basically like purifying water using potency, things of that nature, like survival stuff. And you all can hear on your way to the infirmary, you can hear from behind a closed door. You don't hear exactly what's being said, but you can hear some raised voices. Some people are definitely arguing.
What's the door look like where the arguing coming from? Like, is it the same as the other doors, or is there anything different about it?
So these particular doors are a little bit more pronounced. They're red oak double doors, and they're bound with gold.
I'm gonna tap Chosen and point at the door. As we're walking, like we should go in there. We should go in there.
I'm pretty sure they want us to follow the.
Oh, but we're supposed to go for the argument. I think it's in there.
The argument.
Skip to us. We should go in there.
What? Just as quietly as he can. Dahlia, should we? Are you interested in this, or do we help the lady?
I'm going with Linen. You guys do what you want to do.
Linen.
Celeste.
Celeste.
That's totally embarrassing.
Who all is rushing
It's been
with
a
us
while.
towards the infirmary? Like in terms of the other women, like does it look like people of importance, like in fancy outfits and whatnot, or is this the most of the general people? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are they taking it seriously?
Mostly just the general populace. Like the ones that were in the immediate area were just like trainees or initiates.
Okay.
Though there was only one person that was kind of better dressed in that courtyard, so she was probably the teacher. But she did not come.
Okay. I stopped one of the. Well, did I overhear this stuff that Dahlia and Chosen and Livia were talking about just then?
Oh, I don't know. How loud were y'all being?
I was trying to not be loud and talk to Chosen, but I'm gonna.
I
knock
was
on the
talking in
door.
my normal voice, so Celeste probably heard me.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
What's happening?
I'm gonna knock on that door. I say louder and point to the big red door.
Oh,
That's what
Before you do,
argument
Chosen's gonna summon Terrence and just single possum, and just without even acknowledging what he's doing, just slowly crack the door open and let Terrence sneak in.
Oh no!
Go, my son.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
No, trust me.
I just quickly asked one of the people heading towards the infirmary, will she be all right from here? I don't know if there's much more I can do to help.
They're just like, we'll get her to the infirmary. We have very, very good doctors there. She'll be well taken care of.
Okay. I pull back with everyone else then as well.
I mean, the door's open now.
Right?
Can I two-handed like is the door swing in or out?
So it swings in.
Okay, I'm gonna push it in dramatically.
Well, so much for the stealth possum approach.
Really big, yeah.
You're doing the Aragorn into like the halls of Theoden, just
Yeah.
The argument completely stops in this very large chamber.
sorry about that, my missing possum.
You see that in the center of the room, there's a very long table that has like a map of Erethe on it. But it's not like a flat parchment map. This is a like 3-dimensional, like raised up Warhammer style. And you know, you can see like they've got little tokens here and there to represent different like armies. And there is 3 main people in here. I mean, there's a whole mess of people, but there's 3 main ones standing at the table. There's a very beautiful woman who's dressed in like white and gold and has like almost looks like a crown that's shaped like the sun.
Okay.
Across the table from her is a gentleman wearing a black suit with a button-up vest, gold trim all over it, like the collar, it's down the buttons, it's on the cuffs. And then at the head of the table, kind of standing between the two of them, is a librarian. He's very, very old. He's got a long white beard, and he's not saying a word. He's just standing there. But all 3 of them are now like wide-eyed staring at Livia.
Hi. We're the reincarnations of the statues in your library. Are you guys talking about what to do about the big smoke monster? Because that's why we're here.
Way to bury the lead.
I'm gonna poke my head around and be like, yeah, what she said.
Adventuring 101. You never tell people the quest.
Everything.
I am just a simple possum hunter looking for my prey. Oh, there you are. Let's go.
Terrence like kicks you.
Celeste is pinching the bridge of her nose and just eventually goes, let's start again. My name is Celeste Viserion. We were present, or some of us were present, when this curse was unleashed. We came here to speak with people about how we could help in the fight against Lamkai.
Well, it's fantastic that you arrived when you did, says the librarian. The 2 of them cannot decide on the best course of action. And I did not write down their names. I know I put them in the Discord, though.
Did the bad audio
Sarah
end?
Monrells or Mother Dectra Pose, are they any of those people?
They are those people.
Yay.
Do you want me to put that somewhere?
Yes.
Okay.
I think we have it in our in the private chat.
That's the note. That's the note I have. If hopefully those are the 2 people involved.
Sorry about that, everybody. Yes,
Okay.
those are exactly the 2 people. Perfect. Thank you. The Honorable Mother, Dectra Pose, she believes that defense is the best course of action, that we should shore up our walls and protect the people when the evil arrives here. Theramon, the good lord, and other half of the College of Caladir, believes that offense is the way to go. That we should attack Lamkai at the source.
Is it possible to do both? Or are the resources stretched too thin?
He looks down at the board, or the map, I guess I should call it. And you can see, like, there's just armies everywhere. And he says, unfortunately, we are stretched incredibly thin. The evil is coming in from more than just the east now.
May I suggest possums? Because I have found that possums are super effective against evil.
Interesting.
It like, we fought this weird goopy ghost thing, and it shrieked, and it really didn't care for that.
A goopy ghost thing. Interesting.
You remember this when I met you guys? This black weird ghost, and I chopped it in half. So I've totally killed a ghost. Like, you know, if you guys need to write any legends down, you're looking at one.
Again, how can you kill a ghost? It's already dead.
But then it's alive because it's moving around.
It's undead.
Would it be relive?
Relive? Relive? Releases?
And then it's like re-dead.
Re-dead.
So, sorry, I got like messages coming in left and right. I gotta close some things. Hold on. Is there anything you would like to say to fill the silence while I do this?
This game is brought to you by Bleachers.com. Bleachers.com. Do you have a sporting event coming up and you need a bunch of seating? We got you
Mortal
covered.
away. Mike's trying to get us copyrighted over here.
Oh no.
Mike's trying to get us. What's the thing we
Paid.
sponsored? Yeah.
Also sponsored by Chicken Milk.
Yes.
It's
What is
not
all
it,
the, we don't know.
all the chicken milk. So Mother Dectra says, just because you think that you are the incarnation of the Dragon Reborn gives you absolutely no rights or bearings on attacking Lamkai head on. And Theramon just kind of crosses his arms. And he says, I am the only one powerful enough to lead an army to destroy him once and for all. Like, you could see they're starting to get back into it. Like, okay, the shock of y'all coming in has kind of worn off.
I do not doubt your power in terms of leading an army. However, if Lamkai was not destroyed the last time this happened, if Lamkai was only sealed away in a way that seals can be broken, as has been demonstrated, what makes you think that anybody has the power now to do what could not be done at that time?
Because myself and my 100 have unlocked a spell. A spell that was created by the first to ever cast magic in this realm. A spell so powerful we can rewrite history with potency.
Is it possums?
Awesome.
Now holding all 4 possums. Just
And what are the ramifications should this spell be used? What other effects would it have that have not been thought of? That cannot be predicted? Rewriting history is dangerous.
yeah, like if you
Only dangerous. If
you thought this through, like okay, let's say Dahlia punches me in the face, and Dahlia, please don't do it. It's just hypothetical. Okay, so
okay.
Dahlia punches me in the face. I don't like that. So I travel back in time to stop her from punching me in the face. If I succeed, then how did I come back in the first place? Because then she never punched me in the face, therefore I never would have tried to fix it.
This is when I punch him in the face.
Oh, God! Oh, what have I done?
And see? Not succeeded.
If anything, I caused my own suffering.
Is
That
that
doesn't
what
count.
you're
That
talking
we were in combat. That doesn't count. I let you hit me. This is a visual lesson.
Let me try to explain in a different way. The spell doesn't directly rewrite history. So in your scenario,
Okay.
what we would do is use the spell to erase Dahlia. Once Dahlia was erased, we could channel as much potency as we needed to erase all the effects that Dahlia has had on this realm.
The paradox still stands, though, because if you erase Lamkai, or I assume that's the plan, if you erase Lamkai, then you erase the need for anyone to do this spell in the first place.
Yeah, Celeste is right.
Paradox still stands.
You got to be worried about the two docks.
Okay.
No, the pair of docks. That's what she's talking about. Like,
Well, the
Let's
thing
just
is,
do this again.
we will still remember Lamkai. We will still remember everything that Lamkai did. We can just erase the damage that Lamkai has caused.
what about? Okay, hear me out.
Makes sense.
Jack.
What about any good?
Uh,
I'm not saying they did
That is a-
anything good.
that is
I'm
a
not-
valid question, and
I
yes,
mean,
even the good
the-
would be
like-
undone.
Kindness or hope or strength that have come from, defending others and good stuff. I don't know.
I think he's worried that if you erase this timeline, his cult will never be formed.
What'll never be born? I'm sorry.
Formed! Your cult!
They're
Wait,
not a cult.
Oh,
They're
okay.
just a group of highly dedicated warriors
Yes.
with very strict rules.
Theramon walks over to like one of the very thin like arrow slit windows, and he's like, "Come, look, behold.
I'm
This
beholding.
is what this is what we will take to Lamkai." Would anyone care to look? I mean,
I want to
Sean
look.
is
I'm
not
looking.
I'll go look.
Okay. So down in another courtyard, very similar to the one from before, you see an army, maybe 100, 150 strong, all dressed exactly as Theramon. But they are moving in ways that are much different than the woman's side. They are doing what could best be described as like tutting or the Baldur's Gate magic casting, where like they're kind of doing a lot of very hard creased hand movements. But you see like some of them are standing perfectly still, while other ones are kind of almost like the Haka. Like they're just real jagged, stiff movements. And you see the potency flow down much like anybody else that casts. But you see daggers made of energy start forming around them and firing like missiles at the ones holding still.
I'm sorry. Did anybody else just see magical weapons? And if so, how do I get a sword?
And that's just it. The missiles are firing at these ones holding still, and they begin manifesting weapons made out of potency. And they are like deflecting away these daggers and things. A couple of them actually get hit, and it's not a gentle, like, oopsie, we did a training boo-boo. It looks like they've been shot with very large caliber weapons. Like holes burst out of their bodies.
Oh, that's how you learn, guys. I don't know if you know this. That's how you learn not to get hit.
This seems wrong.
Listen, if that's wrong, then the organization that raised me from a kidnapped child is wrong.
You were kidnapped?
I mean, that's what you told me the other day.
No.
That's what you said it was when someone takes you from your parents.
Did they take you from your parents?
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Okay.
Yes, can we please shelve this discussion for another time? Pheromone Rels, that is you, correct?
That is I, yes.
Mother Dectropose, something just happened, Mother, in your courtyard, where potency was overchanneled and it caused mass death. I am worried that any attempt to perform a spell as powerful as the one you're talking about could result in the same.
This is exactly what I'm talking about, Theramon. She's like totally taking your side.
But if the mass casualties are people willing to sacrifice their lives to protect innocent people, then I feel like how many casualties of innocent people who aren't able to fight would die versus people ready to sacrifice their lives to protect others.
How many people burning out from a failed spell that has no good effect is going to make any difference at all?
Are you sure that it has no good effect? We just saw dancing swords. It looks like a pretty good effect.
How do you weigh one life against others?
I guess you would need like a really big scale.
I'm saying,
or did you mean like metaphorically?
Risk their life to protect others. That's a noble thing. There's going to be casualties in a fight. Regardless, it's just, are the casualties citizens, children, women, mothers, or are they people prepared to sacrifice their life to fight for a cause? Does that make sense?
Theramon's like, and this one gets it on my side of the argument, dear mother.
But what if you're like, listen, I want to be on the side of cool magical swords, but what if you're wrong? Okay, each side's plan. What's the whoopsie?
The only whoopsie from my side, from taking the fight directly to Lamkai, is that we all die horrible, miserable deaths and prove nothing. But that could happen anyway if we sit in the city.
Well, if you have extended all your forces into one joint attack that then is decimated, then you can defend no one from that point. I think that would be the whoopsie. Am I wrong?
But if the entire army is defending the city, the fight then comes to them, and the fight still happens, and then there's innocent civilians that are potential casualties.
Well, let me raise a further question to this. We know where Lamkai was released. We know where that originated. Some of us were there in the room when it happened. Do we know where Lamkai is? In the room where it happened.
I want to be in the room where it happened.
Do we know where Lamkai? Do we know where Lamkai is currently? Because the shadowy creatures causing havoc all over the landscape are spreading in every direction. Where do we even start?
Actually, about the defense question thingy again, you're right. Gosh, listen, you're right to say that if we're defending the city and they're trying to attack us, that the fight comes to the city. But if you leave the city and they still attack the city, then no one's it's still bad.
That makes sense.
So you would need a way you would need to know what your enemy wants to be sure that they're going to go where you want them to go. Like if someone was trying to fight me, they would just say, "Hey, Chosen, I've got this really sick sword. I think you'd like it. It's over here." I'd probably go. Not to mention just to test my skills and all.
Actually, I would hold one of your little buddies hostage if I wanted to fight you. I don't want to fight you. It's okay.
I could just summon him back. Who do you got? You got Terrence, Philip, Don, Cheadle?
I don't think any of them hostage.
Another thing to take into account is the fact that the Ara gates are now in use again. The Ara gates are now working again.
Oh, the magic highway thing. That was us.
That
Yeah, but
changes
that's
things
not
too.
a bad thing, is it?
Is that a whoopsie? Did we do a whoopsie?
No, but that's good for like mass evacuation.
But isn't that also potentially a highway?
It is also a sign that there are magics in play that have not been in play for a very, very long time, and as such are probably unpredictable at best.
The librarian says, "I may have a third option."
Possums?
Possums, indeed.
I just want you guys to really consider a strike team of elite possums.
I think we can all agree here that the only thing that will defeat Lamkai is a power in equal proportion to Lamkai.
Yes.
Myself and my librarians have been working on a project, albeit in secret. I'm sorry to spring this on everyone now, but we have been trying to tap into a safer form of potency, one that could be over-channeled without worry of burning out.
How is the testing going?
It's been difficult, actually.
Oh, no kidding.
How so?
Was that what we saw earlier? Because those people weren't okay.
Oh, no, I have no idea where that lightning storm came from. That was almost as if it was summoned from nothing.
We're just gonna look down for no reason. Anybody?
I thought we would get jelly bean rain.
Not mass death. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting mass death.
You know, the next time when you want mass death, it's gonna be jelly bean rain.
Exactly. Well, see,
Be next time.
the problem is the device that we're working on to tap into this source of potency is made out of heartstone. And we're actually lacking in enough of it to finish the device.
Is it
I
hard
reached
to
into my
come
bag.
by?
Isn't there
I
a bunch
reach
of-
into my bag and pull out the little the heartstone thing that we have.
The little
Sorry, I'm
mini-
not
the
consulting
mini
you all
arch.
on this. I'm just doing this. I'm pulling out the mini arch thing and going, will this suffice?
Oh, I mean, that is a beautiful little bit, but it's not enough.
Didn't we give it to the blacksmith?
No, we took it
thought
back
he had
with
it.
us.
Oh,
we're
okay.
we're going back to him to finish the weapons, and we're bringing that with us.
Okay.
To use it when we do finish the weapons.
Wait,
I
Celeste.
know what the gate's made out of, though?
Yeah, that's what I was.
Isn't the gate-
He's got a good point. That whole area was full of that junk, wasn't it?
Isn't that
Can we
what-
just pop in, break something, and pop out?
Yeah.
Break one of the gates, you mean?
Yeah.
No, in the building inside the gate made of the same thing?
Oh, I don't know if the whole area was it, but
Actually, Ray, is that right? Is it all the gates are all made out of heartstone? I thought that
All
was
of
right.
the when you were in the highway, all of the gates and even the floor and large chunks of pillar were all made of heartstone.
There were a bunch of
Oh.
rope pillars in there.
Well,
Do we
how
tell
much
them?
is needed? I think we have to.
I mean, more would be better than not
Okay.
enough.
The only immediate single concern, if you guys are fine, is it required that all of it that's there to keep the gate open? Because what if we go in and we're like, let's break this piece down, and then everything shuts off?
I mean, if we're talking about shutting down a gate network versus the end of the world as we know it, I think one has to be.
Oh no, I don't mean like the ethics. I just mean like, what if we get trapped wherever that is, and then we can't get back with the stuff anyways?
There's already so much broken pieces inside there.
I
Wait.
guess about the wording.
Celeste, didn't you? Oh, sorry. This is Mike asking. Actually, didn't you make a portal to begin with?
Yeah, I made the original portal using. Oh, wait, do you mean the one that led us into the pathways?
Yes.
That
Oh wait, no, there was a gate, and then you guys tapped into the gate's power to do it.
exactly,
And the snake.
and in doing so,
Okay.
we overchanneled and burnt
Yeah.
out some people. Yeah.
And I chopped your
Um,
hand off.
the little thingy, yeah, the little thingy that I'm holding was used to create a portal, which then pulled Chosen and Ava, who's no longer with us, into the group. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
right.
I got isekai'd so hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Not as hard as I thought you did.
That's what she said. Um,
Dahlia, you're being awfully quiet during all of this.
'Cause I don't like it when people aren't friends with each other. So I'm just listening to know what to do next. And I say this as I'm kind of like messing around with the map.
It's just like
Like I'm just
moving.
playing, moving pieces, like just playing, like
Just
pretending.
Google
like,
Maps, like the little street view guy picking them up.
Dahlia, friends fight. It's okay. It's how you react afterwards that strengthens friendship. Friends
Yeah,
fight.
I mean,
That's why I'm just waiting.
Your
Yeah, like
opinion
for
sparring.
the good part after the fight.
you spar with a training buddy and you get stronger together, unless there's another whoopsie and then you get put on punishment again.
This doesn't sound like the kind of friends fighting, though.
But what if
Like
you
a
have
bad
insight we
fighting.
all need?
Oh no.
Are you referring to them, the two old people arguing, or like us trying to just think of what to do? Because I didn't think we were fighting. I just thought we were spitballing here.
All of it.
Oh no, I'm just throwing ideas at a wall and seeing what sticks.
I mean,
Celeste is
if we take Heartstones, I'm very good at taking stuff. I can help with that.
Are you good at giving it back again when it's needed?
Yes. With low rolls.
She can't even say it with a straight face.
Yeah. The pin is royal blue.
I turn back to the head librarian and just say, we just arrived at the Aluan Ara Gate through a network of Ara Gates, the inside of which was, between those Ara Gates was several large corridors lined with heartstone, some in ruins, some lying about not being used. The flagstones, the pavement was made of it as well. There was large amounts. I don't know how much you need, but does that sound like the kind of quantities that might be
Yes,
useful?
that is exactly the quantities we need. That would be perfect.
And then, like, as a backup, if you need me to go stab the darkness, totally on deck for that. Because like once I get like my super sword back, I'm gonna just be like unstoppable. It's gonna be great.
Interesting. A super
I tug
sword,
on
you
Celeste.
said.
I tug on Celeste's dress, and I ask her, if we have to carry all of that back, do I get a bag of holding?
Well, I'm hoping that we don't have to do all the carrying, that if we show them where it is, then hopefully they will have, for example, an army of 100 strong people to go and carry stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, like
well,
all
no
those
bag
dudes
of
that didn't
holding.
get stabbed down there.
I mean, that's not to say no bag of holding. We could still do the bag of holding.
Okay.
Should we go get some of our own?
That's
Bag
also
of
a
Should
good
we
idea.
have some Hearthstone?
That's a good idea.
I mean, if that blacksmith friend of yours was willing to imbue the weapon, the super sword with it, he could probably do something for you guys too, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I have this, and I pull out the staff. I feel like once we fight, well, I don't know if this is going to be a priority now that all hell is breaking loose in this world, but if I manage to find the other parts of the staff, this should already be fairly powerful. But I think it would be extremely beneficial to find ways to enhance the weaponry and so on of everyone else in the group.
I still think we should find the other pieces of that staff because I believe you said that it was quite powerful and in fact might be one of the relics that made the world.
You
That's
did
my
what with the platinum?
understanding.
You all are under no requirement to choose a side here or even this city. Like, you can still go about your business as you please. I'm not even sure why you've arrived here in the first place. Although
Awesome.
you all do look very strikingly like the founders of the world, for lack of a better term.
I strike a pose like the statue I remember.
We get that a lot.
Does this help?
I'm
This is one of them.
I'm worried. I'm very worried that you are the incarnations of those heroes.
Why does that worry you?
Hmm.
I mean, if they're heroes, isn't that a good thing?
The only reason the world would reincarnate those heroes is if something very, very wrong was happening.
That is the
Look at the
case.
map with all the little evil armies. Spreads her arms out over the map. Like, yeah.
She's got a point.
But we were born, we grew up. We were children. It wasn't like we were just created out of thin air.
Unless we bootstrap ourselves.
It's quite possible that we were created by destiny.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Okay, it wasn't.
Yeah, Juniper, I think your microphone is rebelling against you.
Is it still doing it?
Mildly,
Yeah.
not as bad.
She got that crispy audio on.
Right.
That's a throwback.
It is. So yes, this is obviously not ideal, but this is just a war. This is something that happens in this realm quite often. Wars we fight all the time.
But not with usually black goo armies, right?
Indeed. Indeed.
So what's the timeline on when you think the monsters will reach the city?
I think we still have plenty of time.
They're here.
Yeah. We've got till tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Honestly, it is in my humble opinion that Aluin would be the last stop for them. I mean, we only have one of the seals.
The what now?
Yes, the seals. Back when, things happened before with Lamkai, one of the prisoners is sealed here in the city.
Dahlia, is this what Nathaniel was talking to you about?
Yeah, he's mentioned something about family members. His family and the seals.
Wait. So Lamkai is loose, creating dark armies all across the world. And now you're sitting here telling me you spoke with Nathaniel?
Neil, yeah. He came to visit.
The father
And he's
of
not a
monsters?
nice guy.
I want to try something. I would have regenerated a little bit of potency back since dumping it all into the healing. I want to try and create like a little mini hologram of the guy that I saw, of Nathaniel. And I want to create a hologram and hopefully have it talking as well, some of the stuff that was said. Like, as in, like, here you go, this is the guy, sort of thing.
Okay. All right.
Previously.
Yeah, previously on my memories.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there's an ad. It's buffering.
Ah.
The memories?
Yeah, that was.
Is it?
You gotta get
This memory brought to you by
You gotta get
Ninjas.
Memory Pro for $7.99 a month. Skip ads.
Yeah. Memory.io, when you just need to remember. Yeah, roll your potency check and let me know what you get.
All right, I'm gonna. Would I have fully? Yeah, I would have fully recharged. Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
I would figure.
All right, this is pretty important, so I'm gonna put 100 potency into this.
Ooh.
128 total.
Dang. So you do create a little copy, little hologram, very Star Wars style. It kind of like cuts in and out a little bit, but I mean, it's a pretty good facsimile. And he's repeating exactly what you had been told in your memory. And
It's awesome.
the librarian stops and goes, "Remember when you asked me how bad things need to be?
That bad?
This is bad." Points at the map. This is worse.
Okay, so I never knew that was possible. Chosen, as everyone's talking, is now focusing on making his own memory hologram of the time he stabbed a ghost.
Can you do that, Chosen? Do you have the power?
I can see him doing that, but I'm assuming nothing's happening. Can I a little bit of potency? Make a little
Staring
hologram
really
of
hard at it.
his hand.
It's just a little hologram of a possum.
Yeah.
Oh,
He can't go to the thing he wants.
Possum toe wiggles out.
I got a 102 to try.
I'm imagining the possum's reenacting it for you.
Yeah, it's possums cosplaying my memory.
It's like a little play. So it's trying to work, and then Celeste gives like a little boost, and you replay the memory.
Oh, that was so cool. Didn't think you could stab a ghost, but there you go.
It's a possum stabbing the ghost. That's my twist on it.
Aw,
There's
you did it.
so okay, so so this creates a new problem, and he looks. While both of your problems are warranted, this is a whole new problem.
We knew that. Neil was very, very mean. He made me be all alone.
Nathaniel will probe your mind and use your absolute worst nightmares against you, but also will tempt you to join him and Lamkai.
That's exactly what happened. He
That
approached
is
each
what
of us
happened.
individually.
That is what happened to the first iteration of heroes, except they were unable to resist.
Oh, I didn't get approached.
Me neither.
I wonder what he'd offer me. 2 swords.
Swords.
2 swords.
1 million souls.
Million.
A sword
like
that
you-
shoots swords.
While sitting on a throne of swords.
Oh, the Iron Throne would be dope for Chosen.
That's his goal. It's his retirement chair.
Except you can't use any of those swords anymore because they're all stuck together. Like, what's the point? And that
I mean,
would not be
swing
comfortable. to
if
John.
you swing anything hard enough, you can do damage.
I thought the implication was that this was built of swords of all the people they had to defeat before them to forge the throne.
You're gonna
Oh,
tell
yeah.
me
It was
Chosen-
yeah, the Iron Throne is made up of all the swords of defeated and people that have, bent the knee.
I know, but like, what a waste of perfectly good swords. You know.
Oh
That's-
yeah.
you gonna tell
absolutely.
me that you couldn't see Chosen swinging the whole throne around?
Oh, he'd try. At
Right.
the very least, he'd
Try.
try.
I could see him sitting and complain that it doesn't recline.
Right? Yeah. This is very uncomfortable.
He would
Um,
definitely use the possum as like throw pillows.
Oh,
Just imagine him fluffing a possum up to put behind his neck.
Nope, I do not want to imagine Chosen fluffing anything.
Phrasing.
So,
so Mr. Neil is real. He's not just a part of our dream.
that
How
is
often
a
is he-
very good question. Because much like Lamkai, he was sealed away too. And I have no idea how he would have escaped his prison.
Where was he sealed away at?
To the mountains north of us, in the Valley of Mithril.
You don't have like an easy way to just send a magic letter or something to be like, hey guys, everything's still good over there?
So when he talked to me, he said that I needed to help him steal some of the seals, his family back. What does he mean by the seals is his family?
The seals are all prisons for the most powerful generals of Lamkai. They were all very close. One would consider them family, I would say.
How many
You guys
are
never
there?
got around to figuring out how to stop them other than just lock them up?
That was the only way to stop them.
Oh, this is going to go great.
How many seals are there?
So counting Nathaniel, there are 10.
Okay, so we know that Nathaniel is loose and is going after the other seals. Do you know the location of the other seals? There's one here, correct?
There's one here. There is one Nathaniel's, which is in the north, and then the others we can look up in the library. We still have the records of all the other locations.
Call me crazy, but I think you might, the one that's here, maybe just send someone to check on it.
Can we go look at the seal that's here? See what it looks like?
Are they all
Oh,
guarded?
absolutely. No, it is guarded.
Okay.
And then I turn to Celeste and I go, I promise I won't take this one.
I'm holding you to that, Dahlia. The fate of the world rests on this.
Here, Dahlia, hold a possum.
Do we?
So, do we go now?
Is it near here?
Let me look at the map. It is back in the main courtyard. If you have the map open, it is letter L. very cathedral-looking type of building.
And which letter are we at again? We're
You
in
are
N.
at N.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. So that's a fair trip. Is it possible that to send people to check on the seal while it would take us a while to get there and back. I don't know if there's other things we need to be doing instead, but can we send a messenger to check on it?
I can send messengers to all the other seals. Yes.
Can't just teleport somebody?
That's a good question.
We could use the aura gates.
Gotta open them anyway to get the stone.
Indeed. This is
I
a
would
very
advise-
valid point.
I would advise caution when I opened the initial aura gate that opened up the hallways to us. Several people burnt out. I would be very careful of channeling enough potency to do that.
If you've got any, giant magical snakes nearby, those help too.
Interesting.
They're delicious.
I feel like I
Like a
completely
soul
missed something there, but I'll take your word for it.
I thought we were very clear about it. I thought we explained it.
Okay, so what's the plan? We're sending messengers out to check on the rest of the seals. Someone is going to open the Aura Gate to retrieve the Heartstone. What is needed of us? What should we do?
I think that is a question only you can answer.
Get that man a sword. Whoever suggested that is wise beyond their years.
Do you have a plan for when you want to execute traveling to fight all of that? Just gestures. Scary part of the map.
Well, I was looking for who was supposed to be protecting it in the city. Darren. Daryl.
Zarin.
Jeff.
It's my brother Daryl and my other brother Daryl.
All right. So the meeting basically is concluded at this point, and Theramon and Dectra say absolutely nothing more to each other, just exchanging like narrowed-eyed glances as they head out of the room.
You get the feeling they're both just gonna do what they want.
I don't know. I gently stop Mother Dectra on the way out, and just say, Mother Dectra, I don't know if this is the right time to approach you or not, but I am interested at some point in learning from you, from your college, from your side of the college, if that is something that is possible.
All things are possible, child. When would you like to begin training?
I just look at everyone else and say, well, I know we're here for at least a few more days to get the swords. Are we going to be here for a little while?
I would imagine we'd be here for a little while. I'm still training with Lotus Flower. Wait, what's his name?
Moss flower.
Moss Flower.
Although I do like Lotus flower.
Moss
Lotus
Flower
Flower's a
said
good
he'd
name.
teach me too.
And I need to go back and see our friend and work on my own weapon.
Is it? I turn back to her. Is it possible to perhaps do a bit of training now? Or, well, in the next few days?
That would absolutely be possible, but first you must become an initiate.
Okay. Just
How
tell
do
me
you
what to do.
initiate becoming an initiate?
By initiating the initiation sequence.
Initiate the initiation.
Initiation
button.
sequence initiated.
I feel like there's a button with a plastic lid over top of it.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. With 2 keys as well. Like,
Yeah. That's. Oh my gosh. That's the initiator. All right, so Celeste is heading off with Mother Dectra to go do some learning and some education. Seamus, you said you are going to head to find Mossflower to learn some more Earth songs, some more archetism. Dahlia, are you going with Seamus or are you going to go Dahlia?
Both.
We were gonna stop and see. Oh gosh, I just forgot the blacksmith's name because he was at our town.
Didn't we need to get
Leander?
some of that material though to give him to do those upgrades? So
oh,
the
yeah.
expedition does have to occur.
Or do we at
can
least need to... would they know how to open the gates? Surely they would know how to open the gates, right? Oh, they don't.
Oh,
Shit, we need to
no.
show them how to open the fucking gates.
no.
All right.
You were the
Oy.
first
We're
one
gonna put
to
on a
open
clinic.
those gates in centuries.
You gotta do everything around here.
Yeah, God.
I'm ready to chop off a hand if I need to.
The
Chosen.
good news is, I will say this though, the good news is Celeste already has paid the requirement. So Celeste can now open these gates as easy as opening a door.
Oh, thank fuck. Okay. How many people do we need to kill every time we do it? All right, cool.
You, come with me.
we just had a long discussion on the efficacy of war and like how many
Yeah.
lives and you're just like how many people do I gotta kill to open this door?
Yeah.
Well, I think what's going to end up happening also is Dahlia will follow Seamus, and then she'll attempt to train with them, but then they're going to be like, "Well, you did
Sam.
so good. You learned all you could," and she'll just believe them. So then she'll go off and do Dahlia stuff.
Okay. All right. I can buy that. I like it.
Chosen, I'm
And-
gonna run off with the librarian. I'm surprised you don't want to learn that cool sword thingy.
Oh, but I do kind of.
Anyway,
How
everybody's finding a
hard is it to learn to do magic swords?
I follow the librarian.
Can I like open the gate for them before going to do initiate stuff, like so that they can get started on whatever project, and harvesting Heartstone and all that?
Yeah.
I'll come. I'll come with Celeste and grab a couple pieces of the Heartstone for ourselves.
Good idea.
Okay. And Chosen, what are you doing? What was your decision here?
Aside from helping with the Hearthstone or whatever it's called stuff, Liv makes a good point. Chosen really does want to know how you make magic sword. If it's too complicated, like beyond his skill set, though, he will otherwise literally like a little ADHD kid sit in front of the blacksmith, be like, "Is it ready? Is it ready? Is it ready? Is it ready?"
So that is completely up to you if you want to try and learn how to create magic sword. It's not that it's complicated per se. It does cost 60 potency to cast the spell. But beyond that, Leandar is ready and waiting for someone to come help finish off this sword.
Ooh, nice.
It's gonna. I mean, I'll learn the thing and then go to the sword.
Just real quick, I'll pop in here, train up a spell.
I didn't say I had to be good at it. I just need to know I can do it.
I think
All
that
right.
Seamus's course of action is get some Heartstones and then go back and see Leandar and help him with some stuff, and then at some point go back to Mossflower and finish up the training.
Okay. All right. Now that I know all of this stuff. So, Chosen,
Yes.
we'll start with you. You learn the spell to summon magical weapon. Basically, it allows you to summon a weapon of your choice. It is completely made of potency, so it can't be broken or anything like that.
Spirit sword.
It will basically grant you an additional 10% mischance against magic. Like,
Nice.
I should specify magic that is like coming at you. So, you know, offensive spells, basically. You can try to deflect them with your magic sword.
That's so cool.
And then you make your way to Leandar's.
Leander, look what I found.
Yeah.
Lightsaber.
He is just finishing up with your sword, and he kind of like holds it up, and you see it's got like the handle of just a standard long sword, but it has a very long, slender, slightly curved blade. It's kind of like a katana, but not quite as extreme of a curve. And he's like finishing it up. He's dipping it in the water and everything.
It's so beautiful.
He hands it over to you, and this is the length and damage and all of that of a two-handed weapon, but it is so light. Random dog barking. So it is so light that you can use it one-handed.
Ooh, very nice.
What would it take to get a second one?
Your dream comes true.
Right. Now, I did post it in our Discord. It's got some magical properties to it.
I totally missed that. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. So you can read over that in downtime to learn what that sword does.
Yay!
So now we're going to cut over to Livy, who is elsewhere in the city.
I followed the librarian.
You did.
Yep, back to the library.
So the two of you enter the library, and you've got all the same stuff, the books and everything, and the librarian starts like sifting through things, looking for the locations of the other seals. And he's like, "So what can I help you with, Livy?"
I came to help look for the location of the seals and also brush up on some of your medical research books. I love libraries. So I'm just gonna dive into, this little plant book. I might read that later. I mean, we should probably find those stones first. But this medical textbook, was that come in handy? Ooh, poisons. What were we talking about?
I love that. So I'm going to say in this time that while you are researching, basically you're able to, like, when you brew a tea or a potion, however we want to word it, if it is a healing, like a healing type thing, it will heal for an additional 20 points.
Ooh, very nice.
And yeah, the librarian is basically writing out letters for people and like sending them away on crows, like, go find out about and he's handing you copies of the letters of where these seals are.
Is there any is there a map that I can write on or paper I can draw a map on? I'll just start marking the seals off on a map where they are, if there's return letters.
Yeah, I'll say that there is. Yeah.
And am I able to go back to that room we were in with the arguments and compare the map to where these monsters are spawning up and how close they are to seals and whatnot?
Good thinking.
That is good thinking. Very good thinking. So when you start comparing them, you do see that there's a couple of armies that are very close to seal locations, but other ones kind of seem to be pretty random. It almost looks like they are trying to set themselves up to flank major cities. The first city that they are closest to doing so, that you can estimate from looking at all this, is the. Oh, sorry. Let me. I don't want to give you the wrong name, especially since I know Celeste is writing all this down.
Hmm. Who, me? Nah.
Nah. It is Rykel. No, wait. That one's an island. My bad. Rockheim.
Are there any maps of the physical little inside bubble pocket realm of the gate? You know what I mean?
There are no maps of that.
But there was writing in the gate.
Yes.
And are they still hauling the stones out of the gates? Is that going on as I'm doing this?
Oh, yeah.
All right. I talked to the librarian and see if they have any scholars who can go map the gate, because it could be a good evacuation route for these cities. Did I show them on the map if this one's about to be attacked?
That is a very good idea, especially now that we can actually use the gates again.
And we did note, I forget which ones, we did note several of the gate locations with Celeste translations, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So, Hall of Portals.
Hold the portals.
All of portals.
Hall of Portals.
The portal.
Where is it?
Portal.
Go portal.
I if we did it, I would have written it down somewhere. I'm struggling to find that right now, though.
That's okay. That's all right. We can figure that out in downtime. Because I think I may have said them in passing. Oh, you were not here that episode.
Oh, okay.
That's why you don't have notes of it. That was the
That makes
episode
sense.
you weren't able to make it.
Okay.
I will put those in Discord for y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, essentially it is to all the major cities except for one, which is Nathaniel's city.
He has a city.
That's what I was just. Anyway.
You didn't hear that from me.
Mm.
I'm just an elected official.
Jack, I'm an
Is there any way we can? Is there any way we can disable that specific Ara gate? Because
You destroy it.
So Dahlia,
Yes.
what's going on with Dahlia?
Just the usual Dahlia stuff, you know.
Dahlia doesn't even know what's going on with Dahlia.
Just going around, always helpful, very, very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Sticky fingers.
Phrasing.
But also helping, like, you know, taking notes of what the city carries.
Okay. It's a lot of Norethel items, because Norethels are the best, and anything less is just imperfect. So that's just kind of how they view things here. But they have like pretty much any shop you can think of. I know the map looks kind of sparse, so think about it this way: the city map that I have in Roll20 for y'all, those are key locations. Everywhere in between, there's buildings and shops and pretty much anything you can think of. Like navigating this area is actually pretty difficult with the winding streets and things like that.
I'm just doing Dahlia stuff like poking my head in and going, do you need help with anything? Making deliveries, stopping in to help Leander where I can, eating tacos.
From the good taco stand.
From the good taco stand.
So Dahlia, you're doing all this. Give me a speechcraft check. And chat, I'm going to need another roll from you. That's exclamation mark D100 to give me another roll. And don't worry, Mamai, I still have that 4 waiting on deck.
I can't believe I have notes that say, that the red tent taco stand is the good one, but not which fucking cities the major arcades go to.
I want you guys to know that whole bit I came up with the second I decided on the character before we ever started. I made the whole rant about these weird preferences and ways he's clearly embarrassed himself.
Love it.
I was just like, we're gonna get there one day. One day these jokes will come.
So my speechcraft roll is 96 plus a 45.
Woohoo! Yeah, you're making lots of friends left and right, and I'll give you a list of all the places that you've helped out. But all of these people are now referring to you as Lady Dahlia.
Oh.
You see, Seamus? Lady, not princess. Like I said.
She's starting a cult.
Sure.
I swear it's not a cult. I swear it's not a cult.
Pretty sure that's still a sign of royalty.
That's a title.
Yeah, just gathering information, giving myself tips.
I'm just gonna skim a little off the top here. Okay.
Yeah, well done, Dahlia. You deserve a 20% tip off of that. Thank you.
Dahlia's over here setting her own commission. Like, dang.
It's like this place does not have tipping culture except Dahlia. Dahlia is tipping culture in this place.
Dahlia is tipping culture. The embodiment of. So yeah, I'm gonna. Ooh, 86. Thank you for that, Sam. I appreciate that roll. So Dahlia, I'm gonna say you have managed to acquire 80 gold pieces. And I will give you a list of small trinket-like items that you have kind of amassed along the way.
Okay. And the bag of holding.
You and that bag of holding.
I'm getting kind of weighed down by this point in our adventure.
That's fair. That's fair.
Dahlia just keeps yoinking things left, right, and center.
Tearing
So
pages
give me
out of books.
Give me a pickpocket check.
Okay.
She's never allowed in the library again.
That's right.
No.
So my pickpocket is 79 plus 30.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that definitely beats out Sam's roll of 86. So you do find a bag of holding. Well, I don't think we can call it that because I think that's a intellectual property of a different game.
Satchel of many items.
There we go.
I mean, a satchel of holding is fine.
A Mary Poppins bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got
Again, I think the mouse might have an issue.
Curtis
Yeah,
Purse.
probably. The
We can
mouse
use
has lots of
Steamboat.
issues.
It was a Steamboat Willie. We can use that. We can't use any other mouse stuff.
Yeah.
Steamboat Willie's bag of infinite items and magical trinkets.
Please tell me there's an acronym for that because that is a long name.
Oh my gosh, there it is. I love it. I love it.
Dimensional handbag, of
Sam
course.
wins. Sam wins. It is a
Dimensional
dimensional
handbag.
handbag.
Bag. Oh, I love that.
Excellent.
Love that.
Dahlia's
Perfect.
Sam
dimensional
is always
handbag.
coming in clutch.
That is canon now. All right.
Dimensional handbag.
Now, Seamus, you are training with Mossflower again, who kind of like all he can really do is practice with you at this point because he's kind of taught you just what he knows. So what are you trying to do with this? Like what are you trying to achieve?
I was hoping to learn one small healing spell or like a healing spell of some kind from that. But that's really all.
Okay.
Outside
well,
of like trying to figure out what was going on with me and stuff and why I was able to conjure things.
give me a potency check.
Do I need to pump into this or is this just a straight up potency check?
That is completely up to you.
I will pump 50 into it. I got 130 plus 50, 180.
Jesus. Yeah, so not directly related to the Archetism school of magic, but you do manage to kind of learn a healing spell, which we will discuss in the Discord because this isn't going to be one that's in the book.
No, I understand.
we're going to craft this one.
Ooh, nice.
Now, after you have gotten trained up a little bit with Mossflower, and you're kind of like winding down, getting ready to go do something else, because I think you said you were going to go to Leandar's.
Help
you
out
get-
with the weapons, yeah.
You get approached by another Norwegian. There we go. He has the same kind of stoic features that you do, which is pretty like, oh, hey, that guy's from where I'm from. And as he's approaching you, you immediately notice he's wearing like kind of a pieced together set of armor. It's not like full on plate mail, but it's like a breastplate, maybe some pauldrons. But what is most eye catching is that he has a full on like floor length cloak that is absolutely immaculately white. Like as he's walking, dirt doesn't even seem to like touch it.
It's
What?
similar to mine.
Similar,
Yeah.
but it's not made of fur.
Okay.
On the left, like part where the cloak would connect to his armor, you see a brilliant like sunburst made out of metal, and it's like clasping it. And he walks up and he says, "Ah, another Norwegian," and he holds out his hand in traditional fashion.
Yeah, then I follow suit.
I have not seen one from our lands here in a long time. What brings you here, brother?
Hello, friend. I'm here with my traveling companions. We are working on trying to quell the most recent evil events that have been going on.
You see
What?
Dahlia running past them, going, "Hi, Seamus! Bye, Seamus!"
Just like She's got like a satchel, like
one of them.
Santa Claus. Like,
That's one of them.
The other side of your view, Chosen just goes running by. Sword.
I gotta try
I
this
know.
out.
I don't know who that guy was.
And that's what Seamus, look at the sword. Like calls you out by name. And still don't know him.
I've just gotta cut
Hey.
something.
It's so hard.
What a coincidence, because my battalion is resting here for the night, and then we will continue north in the morning. We too are about to take on an army that has encroached upon the Mithril Valley.
Is it one of the shadow creatures?
It is. I'm being told it is similar to a Hydra, but has no actual body. It is just a writhing pile of snake bodies with dragon-like heads protruding from it. We're all very excited to challenge this thing.
Your emblem is very interesting. Where is it? What organization are you with?
I am with the leaders of the light.
Interesting. What brings you so far from home, aside from fighting challenging beasts?
When I was young, I joined the leaders as just a private. But I've worked my way up through the ranks, and they send me all across all of Erethe to defeat evils.
I don't know what to say right now. I'm sorry. I don't.
No, you're good.
I have no idea what to do with this.
I have a few hours
You-
before I must head out. Would you care for a drink? Perhaps we can discuss more?
Absolutely. Lead the way.
All right. The two of you head to the less than popular tavern, and as you enter in, you can see there's like 30 other people in here, all different species, and they're all wearing those same cloaks, and they're all drinking, just pounding them back. I mean, this looks like a mead hall from back in Rockheim. Like they're just, woo, let's get wrecked. Tomorrow might be our last day.
This battle, would you require any extra help?
To have another strong helping hand from Rockheim would be amazing.
My friends are very powerful as well. They could help us out. Sounds like you need all the assistance you can get.
Indeed, that is very true. But I feel like you probably handle most of the heavy lifting for your team.
Surprisingly, not always. There's good people that I've met.
Well, let us
Very-
share some
This
drink.
is where Dahlia pops up all of a sudden.
Like from behind the bar, she's like,
She's already doing like the wiping the glass out, but putting it in her bag.
Seamus, I'm working here today. Here, it's on the house. And I put a mug in front of the both. Like I put a mug each in front of them. Tonight's special is
Tonight's special is
chicken milk.
why can't we ever just have some normal food? Why does it always have to be something weird? Like, whatever happened to getting this kid a steak? Why is it? It's always hot dog or mystery meat or something, mostly meat or like chicken milk. Like what
Chicken
the
milk.
Just a mug of chicken milk in front of them. It's gonna be like, enjoy the chicken milk, and then she's back off to waiting on the other tables.
As Dahlia pushes the drink over real quick, the bartender comes out of the kitchen and he's like, "Hey!" And he grabs a broom and he's like, "I told you to get out of here!" And he like starts trying to shoo Dahlia away.
I'm just helping. I dodge.
I said, "Go on, get." Oh my gosh! All right.
scuttling out?
Seamus is drinking chicken milk, having a great time. And lastly, we are going to head over to Celeste. Now, Celeste, Mother Dectra and a few of the other higher ranking sisters escort you down into what can only be described as like the basement of the tower. You see in a circular room only three things. Three different archways. They do not have the same symbols as before, like the ones from the Ara gates. They're shaped very similarly, but they're not quite the same. Mother Dectra says, "These are the three archways of the initiation. You must enter each one and come back from the other side. The exit will only open once. You must be ready to exit. You will see things in here that will change you forever. Are you prepared?"
I am.
3 possum in a trench coat.
So with that, the 4 of them, because there's the mother and then the 3 sisters, all begin chanting and summoning potency. Unlike the Ara gates, these ones open a little bit differently as they start chanting. They're not striking the same poses that you saw in the courtyard before. They're actually very still and just kind of holding their hands like this as the potency is just coming through them to the gate. Basically, it fills with white light. And Mother Dectra says, "Enter your first challenge."
I take the archway to the left.
Okay. When you step into the archway, you are suddenly transported many, many years in the past. Back to when you were just a child. You're in your home and you see like all of your family is there and they're all laughing and playing and having a good time while you're just kind of sat in the living room by yourself, or like the living area. And you can hear them, like your family's getting ready to leave. Like they're loading up the carriage, getting things ready. You remember this as a summer vacation. One that your family took quite regularly. And you can hear, you had brothers and sisters, right?
Yes.
I'm not misremembering. Okay.
No, that's correct.
You can hear them like, "But what about Celeste? We need to get her." And you hear your mother say, "The broken one must remain home. She will only slow us down.
I'm probably used to this, aren't I? This is kind of normal, par for the course for my life at this point, right?
You tell me.
I'd say yeah, I'm used to that. I think I make one last ditch effort. How old would you say I am at this point? Like,
I'd say probably in your early teens, maybe 13,
early
14.
teens. Okay. Mother, I wouldn't be a bother. I would do everything you need me to do without question. May I come, please?
Always such a needy child you are. Fine, you may come with us. Grab your things.
I gracefully, because I'm not falling into the trap of running. I'm gracefully walking away to go and gather my things as quickly as I can.
Okay. When you're in your room, you are, getting your things, getting ready to go, and you hear a knock, like on your door, just like the door frame, like, and you see that your father standing there, and he's like, Celeste, you're coming with us this time.
Mother said I could.
Well, that's a lovely change of pace. Perhaps this trip might do you some good. Maybe we can work those creaks out of your bones.
I hope so. I look at my hands. They're... Yeah, I think that this is a day, like she's right about me being broken. I think that particular day they're worse than usual, so they're a little bit more curved than usual,
He comes in and helps you finish packing and picks up your bag. He's like, okay, I'll take this down to the carriage and come down, as quickly as you can, but don't hurt yourself, dear. And he starts to head out. And as you walk out of your room, you're in your hallway. To the left takes you down to where the carriage is and all of that. And to the right, a portal opens.
I head for the portal.
And with that, you are back in the chamber with the mother and the three elders. And they kind of like wrap you with a blanket and everything. Oh, you've survived the first trial. Well done, child. Only 2 to go. You can do this. I have faith in you.
I can do this.
The second portal opens at this point. But this time, as the portal activates and opens up and gets ready, you are overwhelmed and just overcome by a vision. And I'm going to post a picture here. This is for chat and everybody and all that. I'm going to show you exactly the vision that you see.
Okay.
You see this now. Obviously it's a still picture, but in your mind, you can see that potent pillar of energy is just being pulled up into that symbol, and it kind of like is slowly rotating under the moon. And you feel this like a swelling of potency within you that you're not having to draw from around you. And with that, we are going to end tonight's episode. Thank you all very much for joining us. Thank you to everybody in chat. Your roles and everything were absolutely amazing. Now that that 4. I'm going to touch on that in a second because it's going to be a post kind of thing. Thank you to these players. You all were absolutely amazing. Sorry to end it with some trauma and cliffhanger, but you know, we what would a show be without a little trauma? We had some comedy, we had some laughs, we had some sads. Like I'm digging it, I'm loving it. I'm thanking you all very much for being here. Let's see, what do we got coming up next? I believe the next thing coming up is going to be on Tuesday. Maestria Nord will be doing which one is that one?
West Marches.
Is that
Oh, sorry.
Trials of Silver.
Yes, the Trials of Silver. No, you're good too, Mike. You can chime in too. So yeah, definitely head on over to that channel to check out that show. I will actually be there for that one, hopefully, and I play a crazy unhinged gnome named Grifton St. Rasterkrabble Saunterbludget Hamterfumpenshire the 4th.
Yeah.
Good lord.
And Stella. We're trying to start a carnival, so that's fun. But thank you all very, very much for joining us this evening. We really appreciate everything you do and sticking around and checking out our shenanigans. After the West Marches one, make sure to come and check us out on the 11th, I believe it is, for
Wild Sea.
the Wild Sea. No, that is the most chaotic game I have ever been in. That one has Juniper. That one has Tofu. Lots of crazy
I get to
shit.
play Kanoko, who's a mushroom. It's really fun.
I freaking love the voice.
That voice is so good.
That voice is always going to be spectacular to me.
Exactly. We've got a new intro. We've got new players. There's all kinds of craziness happening. So make sure to check it out. Anyway, I'm not going to draw this out any longer. Thank you all very much. And we will see you next game. Later. Bye.
Bye.
It's time for the credits. Hey, thanks for watching. We really had a blast. Everything we do really gets us through. Join our Discord to play along. Together we are so strong. You can scan the QR with your phone. Hang with us and you'll never be alone. But thanks again for watching. We hope you keep the chaos coming. Here at Shattered Tabletop Gaming. It's time for the credits. Hey, thanks for watching. We really had a blast. Everything you do really gets us through. Join our Discord to play along. Together, join our Discord to play along. Together we are so strong. You can scan the QR with your phone. Hang with us and you'll never be alone. Thanks again for watching. We hope you keep the chaos coming. Here at Shattered Tabletop Gaming.